Have you been thinking about being an author in a collaborative book? Well, in this episode, I'm going to be sharing my biggest disappointments as a collaborative author, aka what you should watch out for. And I'm coming to you today from Bali, Indonesia, where I'm at the Global Speakers Summit. But I wanted to share today some of my biggest disappointments that I have had as a collaborative author in other people's books or in what I've seen happening in other people's collaborative books. And I want you to know what to watch out for because in the beginning, I didn't know. And as I've joined more and more collaborative books, I think I've been in 7 now, I know what to watch out for. And I know the things that I really wish that more collaborative books would do. So let me go through them. I think I have 7, but as I was just mentioning it, I have one more that I'm going to add. I'm actually just going to put it on my list so that I don't forget it as we go through this. And just letting you know, if you are listening to this on the podcast, we also have this episode put in video form on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hello. We also have this on the podcast, so you can take it on the go and listen on your favorite podcast platform or app. Okay, so let me go through them. I'm going to do this pretty quick because I am wanting to just get to the pool here at the resort. And the thing though, and side note, our collaborative book, Dynamic Women Trailblazer Secrets, just came out. We have Leadership Secrets coming out this year. The first 2 in the series were Success Secrets, then Confidence series. So we are putting out a 4th book being published in February. If you want information on that, check out the show notes. So the first one is there's no strategy for writing. So my very first collaborative book, I was given the topic, I was given the logistics of how many words and what font and how it needs to be submitted. I was given 10 days to submit, and I was given absolutely no strategy for writing it. I wasn't told you should try this, you should do that. It was basically just give us your piece. And what I knew I needed to do was I talked to my business advisor about it. I talked to my marketing strategist about it. And I had that ability to go back and forth with them on what's the best strategy for this? What message should I be putting out based on kind of the offerings I had at the time? And that's what I think is really important. And that's why for us in our collaborative books, we have a few things that we do. One being an idea generating session, because we want you to kind of have ideas percolating on the topic so you can figure out which is the best one. And then we also have sessions around how to use being in a book to boomerang business back to you. And so some strategies around it and how to use your bio section and how to seed plant within your piece without being salesy, right? And that's really important. Plus the ability to have other people read your piece and give feedback. So these are some things that you'd want to be looking for. The next piece is editing, not having an editor. So they will say like, we're going to just read it over, make sure that it like fits or something, but not actually having someone be there to do the editing. When I did my first book, Dynamic You, which is the 9 pillars of being a dynamic woman, I had 3 different types of editors and I didn't know there were different types of editors. And so when we do our books, we have an editor who reads your piece over. I also read your piece over. And while we don't necessarily change content or sentence structure, we're looking for is it the correct grammar, spelling? Is this a professional piece? Is the message clear? And so we're really wanting all of the pieces in the book to be the best that they can be, but while also honoring your unique voice that you have. So you don't want to have no editing of your piece in a collaborative book. You also don't want to have super editing where they basically just rewrite your piece and you're like, I don't even recognize it anymore. You want to have your unique voice still coming out in your piece. The third thing is no social links in your piece or around your piece. So I can remember being part of a book and there's no ability for the reader to get in touch with me. There wasn't even a bio. There was just my name as the author of the piece. So if they wanted to get in touch with me, they'd have to Google me and make sure they found the right Diane Rolston. And so I don't want that for the readers of my books, my collaborative books, is I want them to love the piece, love the message, and then get in touch with you. So we always have 3 social links that you can share. So maybe your website, maybe it's your email, maybe it's your LinkedIn, your Linktree, your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever it is. We'll have 3 so that your reader can get in touch with you in the best way. And so that's something you want to look for in collaborative books. Again, we don't want it to be salesy, but let's make it easy for the reader to get in touch with you, especially if they want to work with you, right? Or they want to book you as a speaker or whatever it may be. We want to make it that path to connecting with you as simple as possible. The 4th one is the people who put the book together give you no social media assets. So meaning there's no mock-ups of the book. There's no like announcement of you as an author. So there's nothing that you can use to promote the book. And what we do in ours is we do so we do a lot of pre-announcements of the book that you can share. We also then do like the book is coming, about the book being launched. So announcing you as an author, we do the book is coming, then we do the party is happening, the launch party is happening, and then you can buy the book. And so because there's no social media assets with a lot of these, or they have their own but very few, there's no consistent brand. So we offer a whole bunch of different types of assets, again, because you have different social platforms, newsletters and such. So we do banners, stories, posts, reels, videos, shorts, like we do it all so that you have whatever you need for whatever platform. And that gets me into my 5th thing to look for. A lot of collaborative books don't do any personalized social media assets. So we announce our authors with their image, with their name. Actually, that gives me another thing to think of is a lot of times you as an author won't even have your photo. So this is going to be a bonus. I'm going to add it in right now. So number 5 is not personalized. And the next one is no headshot on the cover. And then if your headshot is there, they don't put your name. So that's pretty bad. So I'm mixing 5 and 6 together here. So we put on the back of the cover of the book are all the images of all the authors plus their name. Because I don't know how many times I've seen books and it just has all the images and no names. So you don't know who the people are, or it has all their names and no images. So again, you're not paying attention to it. I think that's super important. But having the personalized ones, if I go back to number 5, so you have the personal announcement post, but then also the personal, like, come to this celebration posts, and then the personalized videos that we do. I think it's really important that the authors are front and center of the book. And so having personalized images and number 4, all the social media assets means there's a consistent brand across all the platform, meaning everybody's not making their own, right? And it looks basic or it doesn't look professional. And so that's really important to us. So number 7 is there's no celebration. So there's no party, no launch party, nothing happens. The book just kind of comes out and then it's flat. But it's really important that there's an opportunity for a celebration where all the authors get together and their fans, their supporters, their readers come together to be able to not only like launch that the book is out, yay, but to acknowledge that these people wrote a piece and are now a published author. That celebration piece is so important to really lock this in as a milestone in your life. So be looking for opportunities for collaborative books that have a celebration of some sort. We now do them virtually because we have people from all over, authors from all over Canada, all over the States, and into other countries. So a virtual party makes sense. We used to do 2 in Canada, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, or one in Ontario, one in British Columbia. But now we find that because our authors are everywhere, virtual makes more sense. Number 8, no wholesale copies. So you need to be able to buy the book at wholesale rate. What this is going to do for you is then you can make some money off of every book. Or if you choose to use the book for leads, to hand out as thank you gifts, to give to clients, to do add-on packages, whatever it may be, you need to be able to buy the book at a small rate so that you can like make money off of it. Or as I said, so that it can be something you give away, but your expenses aren't too high. I've been part of books where I have to pay retail for the book, and it just then doesn't make sense for me to heavily promote that book, order the book, carry that book to my speaking engagements. So I'm only going to do that with collaborative books that I can get at wholesale rate. And so that's one thing that we do. And we also do the, like, you don't have a minimum or a minimum purchase. You can buy them as you need them, which is a lot better than having to buy like 300 books and have them sitting in your basement or your closet. The last one is no connection with the other authors. So I think it's really important that you have the opportunity to connect with the other authors. That's one of the benefits of being in a book, is being able to expand your network by connecting with the other authors. When we look at all the different things that we offer, and you can check it out in the link. There are multiple times you can connect with other authors. We have the book writing strategies course. We have the idea generating session. We have the author in the box sessions where we give like all the content that you need to be able to promote it. We have the party. We have a mastermind where you also get to invite a friend. So these are all the extra pieces that you get where you get to hang out with the other authors. And the other thing around wholesale copies is I also talk about 21 plus ways, I keep adding more, of using the book to gain more sales, more opportunities, more clients, more speaking engagements, whatever it is, just ways to use the book to move you towards your goals. So that was fast. 9 different things to look for in being a collaborative author. And, I didn't know these before I started joining other collaborative author opportunities. And these are things that really I was very disappointed with. And one of our authors, she came into our book, Trailblazer Secrets, and then she had an opportunity to be a part of another book, probably invested 4 times as much as she invested with my opportunity in the Dynamic Women's Secrets. And she said she got not even close to, a quarter of what we offered. She just thought what I did was the standard, and it's not. So I'd love for you to be part of Leadership Secrets, which is coming out in February, letting you know September 27th is the final opportunity for you to get a return on investment strategy session. That's a one-on-one session with me, where we're going to look at how can you use being a part of this collaborative book as a way to propel you towards your goals so that you can get a higher ROI, return on investment. And I'm saying you can easily tenfold it, because you can have expanding your network, attracting leads, attracting opportunities to you that you then can, work towards in your business and help them use them to increase your revenue, get you closer to your goals. There's so many other things, but they're specific to you. So the ROI session disappears Friday, September 27th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. You don't want to miss out on that. That is a huge bonus. And my business coach is like, Diane, that's offering too much. But I want to do that for you, because again, that's another disappointment, is that I never had the opportunity to do an ROI session with the person giving me the opportunity for the book and seeing things from their eyes, especially because I've been in 7 and I've put out 3 of my own. So I've had a lot of experience with collaborative books and strategy around books, and would love to really dive in deep and come up with some great ideas for you. So I'm going to go hit the pool. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate you. And if you haven't yet, share this with a friend who you think has a great leadership story or secret, or is thinking about being part of a book, because these 9 things are huge in not being disappointed in being a part of a collaborative book. So share with a friend, hit subscribe, and until next time, stay dynamic. Bye.